Thank you, Eric. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well and you're enjoying this tasting. First of all, I would like to congratulate all my colleagues. Wines are outstanding. I'm really pleased as well to drink them. So I think we can talk about the Sweet 16 in this case, and that's nice. So thank you for the introduction. So I'm Andrea. I've been at the winery at Cupano for 12 years now. As Eric was saying, we're in the southwestern side of Montalcino, but really as west it can be. I like to point out that it's the most Mediterranean part because we're just like 30 kilometers bird flight from the sea, which has a big impact. Mostly in harvest time in September, we have this breeze at night coming, and of course also fastening a little bit the ripening and giving this tiny little complexity that comes from the wind of the sea, and I think that we can find this mineral taste in the wine. It's a winery that was purchased in the mid-90s. There was nothing on the piece of land where we are when we got that in 1994. It had been abandoned for 40 years, so we started with the first vintage, as Eric was saying, being organic since the beginning. We believed at that time that it was a good choice, and we were among the first to start with an organic certified agriculture. And we've always worked with a few principles. The founders of the winery were a French-Italian couple. Lionel passed away 4 years ago. Ornella is still there, but she's not getting any younger, unfortunately. And so I've been at the winery with them for a long time, and now I'm keeping, let's say, I'm trying to make Lionel's legacy immortal, I would like to say. We've always worked with a few principles, so like native yeasts, no temperature control, and aging in French oak. I've made some changes over the last years, introducing some bigger casks, but always from like the provenance has always been like French oak, because we do love, I think the signature of Cupano would be the sweetness of the tannins, this soft tannins coming from the oak, from French oak. So it's an isolated hill between 200 and 250 meters above sea level. It's completely made of clay, besides a little, I would call it like a pillow of sand and stones, which used to be the bed of the river Ombrone that flows down the hill where we are. So we have this plot. We started planting 3 hectares in 1997, all around the house. Then in 2013, we planted 3 more hectares. So it's a single vineyard, I would say. It's all in the same place. But the grapes from the Brunello comes from this specific plot on sand and stones and clay as well. So that's it. It was aged for 40 months as well, 3 years and a half. That's it.
Would you say on average, when it comes to harvest dates in this area, are they drastically different from other parts of Montalcino?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I think I stopped talking about climate change because it's a new climate. Like, I think we should just accept that we have a new climate condition and we have to adjust to that. I think the first vintage where we really saw that, I didn't because I was 16 years old, but in 2003 there was this big change in the climate that we had in this part of the world. So we've been making adjustments to our vineyard management, soil management in order to face, these new challenges. 3 years ago, I stopped plowing the land during summer. I make a severe plowing, like in winter. I go very deep down so that I can get the more water I can during winter, and then I don't touch the land during summer. I stopped topping the vines. I fold them. I preserve the canopy in order to cast more shadow. That's the way that we can start, trying to countering this kind of stuff. And I personally also, the vineyards I planted in 2013, I moved them to Guyot to have a more balanced and a more stable production. So that's something that we can do. We still can do something to counter that kind of things that we live nowadays.
Certainly. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.